Hello, welcome to JavaScript Group 3's presentation. I'm Jessica, and I was mainly the Director of Finances for this presentation, and I'll be handing off the introductions to the rest of my team.
Hi everyone, my name is Aisha, and I was the pitch deck coordinator.
My name is Immaculate, and I was the go-to market planner.
Hi everyone, I'm Renush, and I'm in charge of the business model.
I believe we have one final member, and her name was Daniela. Daniela, if you can unmute, that's okay. But she was mainly responsible for creating our anonymous webpage. That's okay. She'll speak later. But without further ado, let's begin. So just because no one else can heal or do your inner work for you doesn't mean you can, should, or need to do it alone. This is a quote by Lisa Olivier. And so when dealing with a subject as delicate as mental health, a humanitarian mentality is needed to combat such struggles. The Nazar Eye logo we have selected is a chosen logo to supervise and oversee the troubles during this crisis. As Canadian, okay, sorry.
By now, we should all know that mental health is a very prevalent topic in today's society, especially for youth during the current global pandemic. And according to Statistics Canada, 27% of Canadian youth aged 15 to 24 have experienced symptoms of severe anxiety during the pandemic. So clearly, Canadian youth have been affected by the pandemic the most, making it harder for them to navigate the uncertainty that the pandemic has brought upon us. While in self-isolation, current youth have had numerous stressors weighing down on them and their mental health, such as the health of a member in their family, the health of the world population, maintaining social relationships while social distancing, family stress as a result of confinement, and their own health. And we plan to help this 27% and anyone else currently suffering to combat anxiety and depression with the use of our product, Unwind Your Mind, and its services. In terms of our services, we offer several resources such as referrals to counselors and therapists, support groups, and other youth programs. We also provide a safe space for youth to not feel so alone and be able to talk to others going through similar situations as them. And we also offer constant support, meaning counselors and employees will always be available anytime from the comfort of your home, which we have made to be extremely convenient and accessible to youth during these difficult and uncertain times we live in. And our mission is to connect individuals experiencing mental health issues in a moderated, safe, non-judgmental environment where they can share their experiences and receive the help and support they so deserve.
Hi, can you hear me now? Yeah, okay. So our goal for Underlying Magic is to allow people browsing the website to ask anonymous questions that are answered by others who have experience or specialize in the type of question that they have asked. We also aim to give users the most wide variety of information possible that we can so they can self-diagnose themselves most accurately. Here's a rough draft of what I thought an appropriate homepage will look like, and a rough draft of the anonymous ask box.
So our business is for the youth, aiming to help them with their mental health issues. We want all the youth to know that they're not alone. We wish to establish relationships that are safe, friendly, and secure. We will be reaching out through marketing tactics such as social media blogs and partnerships with influencers. For now, we will be web-based as a nonprofit organization with the cost of our domain ranging from $100 to $500.
Our go-to-market plan. Mental health is a big issue, and there are many that don't know where to look for help or feel uncomfortable to ask for help or feel comfortable enough to ask for help. So with this market plan, we have come up with places where we can showcase our product to those who are affected by it the most. For example, the youth. Targeting the youth audience, our market plan would probably consist of info fairs and partnerships where youth are a big audience. our competitive analysis. So for our competitive analysis, we compared our web to
public. Oh. Sorry. Can you hear me?
It's a bit, who's supposed to speak? Is it Jessica or Anusha?
Hello?
Jessica.
Okay.
Hi, sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Sorry, technical difficulties. Okay. Sorry. As we realize that there are existing mental health resources available for the public to access, we aim to create confidential yet comfortable and collaborative platforms for the youth. Being a company with genuine intentions to aid mental health needs during the pandemic, we must approach varying cases with sensitivity with the required needs and treatments. Although our product will be web-based, our professionals will work to create safe systems and chat rooms that will be there to ensure that they can express themselves and their well-being. That being said, as we are web-based, we want to make sure that there are effective articles and analysis for the youth so that they can understand what they're going through. While tools such as live chats are significant and productive tools, a key aspect we wish to incorporate are personal assistants so that they can be there for them at the right time. Not so much so that they are one-on-one and it can be quite intimidating, but more so that they can give effective reflections on what they kind of see the youth are going through and what they can do to contribute and add the right advice to their lives. Although these demands will require that staff will be attentive at regular times, we are looking to create opportunities to educate and maximize the understanding of our team members so that they can approach each situation accordingly.
The overall comparison between Unwind Your Mind and other sites is that Unwind Your Mind aims to allow people to search for possible diagnoses themselves, to have anonymous questions answered, and a wide variety of different kinds of mental health. And compared to the other sites, they usually try to connect users with a doctor. They usually only specialize in a specific kind of mental health and usually discourage people from self-diagnose. A similarity between these two is that they both aim to help their users in a specific targeted group audience.
So as we are a startup, we have a lot of costs to consider. For example, the $100 to $500 we need to set up the domain, another $600 to make sure our internet service is there so that we can actually set up the web page and actually have the people access it. And it will need another $1,000 to $2,000 to really promote Unwind Your Mind. It will take another $36,000 to $59,000 to pay our employees to compensate them for all the hard work they do to really help out the youth. In terms of working with the police, in terms of any, I would say, extreme measures, it won't be really a free cost, but more so something we will need to consider in the future in terms of paying any fees. And to hire the right people, it may take about 1 to 4 months. We're recruiting people such as university students and trainers or counselors, anyone who has the right understanding and the right mindset to help these individuals and to help the youth to their best needs. So through the month of August, we have already quite successful in covering a variety of objectives and meeting each to set a correct plan in order to allow our business initiative to move in the right direction. As well, we aim to be a 24-hour running service so that we can optimize the help we deliver, but depending on the future and the progress of our product, we wish to meet these objectives as soon as possible. In terms of taking our app or taking our website mobile, this will be something to consider in the future. We're also aiming to create a refined more experience for the web and also to help those with disabilities, as mental health does come in different forms. As this is very ambitious, we want to make sure we get the right word out there, whether it's partnering with social media campaigns such as LinkedIn or Facebook, blogs, or influencers. This will be the mindset that we have to make sure that we are seen in the right public eye and that the issue is addressed accordingly. So this is some of our work so far. we have the Connect with Us page where users can fill in their information, and I'd be happy to run some of the code with you later. Yep. These are the pages that we've used, and we wanted to create a more friendly and, I would say, youth-appropriate experience.
Here is a version of the homepage using code on HTML and CSS. And then here's the code.
This would be one of our pages where you get to meet the team. You learn a little more about us and what we do. And here's the code.
So together we can overcome mental health issues. The COVID-19 outbreak has caused many youth to be anxious and stressed out, thus affecting their mental health, which is why we are collecting donations to help aid them in any way as possible.
In terms of the future, we wish to be a bilingual site to address future national clients.
Another goal we aim to achieve in the near future is to have a partnership with Slack to create a unique workspace exclusively only for our users.
Also to have a fitness and personal health wellness tracker within the website for those who find it beneficial.
As well, we might aim to create this anonymous chat box so that we can get the right amount of replies and connect through email.
And we can maybe even host public events after COVID-19.
So thank you for listening to our presentation. I hope this topic did resonate with you, as we will be open to any concerns or advice to allow our business to prosper. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. We have Selena and Uracy for feedback or questions.
Would you like to go ahead, Uracy?
You can go for it.
Okay. Well, amazing job, girls. I definitely could see myself using this to better my mental health, especially right now during the pandemic. So great ideas here. I loved the thought that you put into your name and your logo and your mission statement at the beginning. It really set the tone for how important of a topic this would be to talk about for the rest of the presentation. And I love the idea of public events. So it's cool that you mentioned that at the end, because in the future, having events where people can come together and build a community supporting each other with their mental health, definitely a future I want to live in. So a couple of questions. I was wondering, are there things that you guys think you could possibly consider with your designs and how you lay out your app that will contribute to making it calming and not overwhelming? Like what kind of visuals will help with that? Since the people using this might be a little intimidated to use it, they might not have used something like this before.
Yeah, for sure. So in terms of, I would say, you mentioned did you say like the graphics of it and like the design of the web? Sorry, just to follow up on your question.
Yeah, anything like the design or even just how the functionality works, like what will help people feel like it's approachable and not intimidating.
Yeah, for sure. So I would say what we really want to start off with was we mentioned that it was going to be anonymous at first. And I think the user experience is something we're really aiming to do a bit more research on, so that once it's anonymous, they feel that, oh, I can approach the individual through the web, and we know that this is a professional, so we can be a bit more anonymous at first. And we're sending in, like, per se, if I was the patient, that I'm sending in my information to a cause that is worthy and well, not really, but like confidential, and will aim to give me the best, I would say, result. And then we'll encourage collaboration and then further discussion, so that it will be more of a contributive experience, not that you're just like sitting in front of a laptop, or you're just sitting there for like the sake of like going through this program, but more so that we can give them a personal reflection at the end, and that will kind of like work towards making the experience more refined for the user.
Amazing. Thanks for answering that. The second question I had was, you guys talked a bit about enabling people to have more accurate self-diagnoses. Do you think that there's value in trying to recruit medical and like health professionals to be able to join this app and confirm those kind of diagnoses for the youth that's using it?
I think it'll be worth hiring medical professionals and people with experience to diagnose others, because like usually when you go on the internet, like, oh, you give in your symptoms and it's usually for something ridiculous like cancer. Like everything is just cancer. So I thought possibly, what if we have like already a set of symptoms and stuff like that, to give users like, oh, an idea of what they might have, but then connect them with like a specialist afterwards, so they're not that surprised when all of a sudden, oh, you feel sad, you have cancer, even though it doesn't really match.
Right, thank you. Yeah, I think it's amazing that this app will be not only like something that'll better your mental health, but also really inform people about what they could be going through if they don't have access to that knowledge. So great job, girls.
So much.
Amazing. I echo a lot of Selena's statements. I really liked how well thought out it was, and that you had even thought about the future, as well as the competitive analysis that you did that seemed like you're very intentional about who you were addressing and addressing the gaps in the other sites or resources that were available. I did have one question about the 24-hour service, because you mentioned that there'd be sort of the opportunity for people to use this 24 hours, and wondering how you were going to moderate that, or who you intended to man that for 24 hours.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely believe that with youth and, sorry, is my internet okay? Yeah, sorry, I just got a signal there. Yeah, for sure. I would say from my own experience, speaking with my friends as well, I believe that there can be thoughts throughout the day, even like at night, right, that can really affect mental health overall. I don't think that's just only towards the time when you're awake or when you may be asleep. Like it can always, I would say, dawn on you. And I've also gotten like feedback from like peers about these, I would say, situations as well. It can be like anxiety, not being able to sleep at night. That can cause a lot of stress. So I would say that the reason why we're making it 24 hours is so that we can navigate to the needs and also work towards problems any time of the day.
Awesome. And my only other question was, how did you folks decide on going web-based versus app-based or mobile?
Yeah, okay, I'll take this question also. I would say that we were really working towards web-based, as a lot of people are going to be online now due to the pandemic. I know a phone is a very handy, I would say, mobile device where you can kind of access it on like all regions and all places. But I think what we were really looking towards is that we're working in a remote space and everyone will most necessarily be at home. So we were looking towards the web as more of a comfort and more of a, I would say, place where you can log on and feel like, oh, this is like a safe room and a safe and secure space, rather than, oh, I can access this anywhere. I think being like able to get that diagnosis in the comfort of your home is something really unique that is very different from what other people maybe provide. So mostly being web-based was something I think, and as a whole, we wanted to do because of the experience it let off.
Amazing, thank you.